Bison have played a crucial role in shaping America's grassland ecosystems for thousands of years, influencing plant diversity, soil health, and wildlife populations. Before European settlement, an estimated 30 to 60 million bison roamed North America, primarily across the Great Plains. Bison are keystone species, meaning their presence and behaviors have a disproportionately large impact on the environment. Unlike domestic cattle, bison move constantly while grazing, preventing overgrazing and allowing native grasses to regenerate. Bison grazing patterns create a patchwork of grass heights, supporting a diverse range of plant and animal species. Their hooves act as natural tillers, aerating the soil and promoting seed germination as they move across the landscape. Bison wallows, depressions created when they roll in the dirt, form microhabitats that collect rainwater, providing water sources for insects, amphibians, and birds. Historically, bison migration helped spread native grass seeds, maintaining the integrity of prairie ecosystems. Bison prefer tall, nutrient-rich grasses, leaving shorter grasses for species like prairie dogs, whose colonies support a vast food web. Their selective grazing allows wildflowers and less dominant grasses to thrive, increasing plant biodiversity across the plains. Unlike cattle, which tend to cluster around water sources, bison roam widely, distributing their impact more evenly across the landscape. Bison herds historically helped prevent wildfires by grazing down dry grasses that could otherwise fuel massive burns. Bison manure is a natural fertilizer, enriching the soil with organic matter and supporting healthier plant growth. The nutrients from bison waste feed microorganisms and insects, which, in turn, support larger predators like birds and small mammals. In winter, bison use their massive heads to clear snow and expose grass, helping other herbivores like elk and deer access food. Native Americans recognized bison's ecological role and managed herds sustainably, using every part of the animal for food, clothing, and shelter. The near extinction of bison in the 19th century led to a dramatic decline in grassland health, as ecosystems lost their primary grazers. With bison nearly wiped out, shrubs and woody plants expanded, altering the once open grassland landscapes. Conservation efforts have helped restore small, managed bison herds, gradually bringing back their ecological benefits to grasslands. Modern rewilding projects are using bison to restore degraded prairies, as their natural behaviors promote healthier ecosystems. Studies show that bison-grazed lands have higher carbon sequestration rates, meaning they help combat climate change by storing more carbon in the soil. Unlike cattle, which rely heavily on human intervention, bison are highly self-sufficient, thriving in extreme weather without supplemental feeding. Bison grazing supports populations of grassland birds, such as meadowlarks, burrowing owls, and greater prairie chickens, which need varied grass heights. Bison have been reintroduced to areas like Yellowstone National Park, Tallgrass Prairie Preserve, and Badlands National Park, restoring lost ecological functions. Yellowstone's bison population is the last continuously wild herd in the U.S., maintaining ancient migration patterns and natural behaviors. Fences and human development fragment natural migration routes, limiting bison's ability to shape ecosystems as they once did. Indigenous-led conservation programs are reintroducing bison to tribal lands, restoring both cultural traditions and ecological balance. Bison play a key role in prescribed grazing programs, where conservationists use their natural habits to restore overgrazed lands. Unlike domestic livestock, bison do not compact the soil as severely, preserving underground water channels and promoting plant growth. Bison herds contribute to genetic diversity in grasslands, as their grazing creates different plant communities that support a variety of species. Large predators like wolves, bears, and cougars historically depended on bison, shaping predator-prey relationships in North America. Modern conservationists argue that restoring bison could reduce reliance on intensive cattle farming, promoting more sustainable land management. Research shows that bison grazing improves drought resistance in grasslands, helping prairies recover faster after dry periods. Some ranchers are integrating bison into sustainable agriculture, using rotational grazing to mimic their historical impact on the land. Bison reintroductions have helped increase populations of pollinators, as diverse plant life attracts bees, butterflies, and other insects. Grasslands maintained by bison support more mammals, birds, and insects than those dominated by cattle or abandoned farmland. The return of bison is reviving traditional Native American ecological knowledge, which emphasized coexistence with natural landscapes. Unlike cattle, which often graze intensively in one area, bison move frequently, preventing long-term damage to fragile grasslands. National parks and reserves are using bison as a climate adaptation strategy, as they help maintain ecosystems that absorb carbon and resist desertification. Bison's ability to survive harsh winters reduces the need for human management, making them a low-maintenance alternative to domestic livestock. Efforts to expand bison herds across federal, state, and tribal lands are gaining momentum, as more people recognize their ecological importance. Bison wool, also called buffalo fiber, is gaining popularity as a sustainable textile material, reducing reliance on synthetic fibers. Some studies suggest that bison grazing increases water retention in prairies, benefiting both plant life and surrounding agriculture. Bison are critical to the survival of native grass species, which co-evolved with these animals over thousands of years. Conservationists emphasize that bison restoration is not just about the species itself, but about reviving entire ecosystems that depend on them. As climate change threatens global ecosystems, bison may play an even greater role in grassland resilience, carbon storage, and sustainable land management. With proper conservation efforts, bison could once again shape America's grasslands as they did for thousands of years, restoring balance to the natural world.